Actually, my name's Oliver Milner-Smith. I'm kind of, it's all right. I'm a kind of, I like typography, so kind of any errors is kind of slightly annoying, but I'll move on. Go. No, it's all right. I'll live with it. It's cool. Okay, so this is kind of a journey of me being a graphic designer. Yeah, do you want to? This is kind of a point of reference. This is the first bit of design I did about 4.5 years ago. And it was off the back of this that I kind of decided to sort of study, I suppose. So I went on to a web design and motion graphics course. And, oh God, you can hardly see that, but this is the first paid job I did. And it's in the first year of my course. And it was a kind of web design development and identity work for a vintage crockery hire company called Pretty Vintage. And it's kind of doing quite well. But I kind of realised during that to not let my my kind of lack of knowledge in the industry to prevent my ideas kind of coming to fruition. So I always kind of practice and kind of get better at techniques. And this is kind of some early posters that I did. Slightly terrifying looking at them now. And then in my second year of that course, I got another commission, and this is for the finest hair salon in Norwich, Flint. But it was a real chance for me to do reductive design, which is definitely at the heart of what I do now. And then, having completed that course, I then got accepted on a third year on a graphic communication course at the art school. And this is an infographics piece that I did while I was on that year. And it's kind of comparing canvas areas for designers. So the pink is actually a broadsheet newspaper, and the black is an iPhone, and the yellow is a laptop. And it's printed to scale, so it's actually quite a large poster. Whenever I start a brief or any kind of project, I always kind of immerse myself in research. And this was me kind of researching the alphabet. So, and I tried to put all of that research into one poster in a way that you could kind of compare and contrast information. This is a deck of cards that I created that was designed so that during gameplay it would create geometric patterns, kind of tessellating patterns. But I didn't want to present it in a box. So again, it's a poster, but it's perforated, so you can either keep the poster or kind of rip it up and have a deck of cards. This is early development for an identity project for an international DJ called French Chris. He's an eclectic party DJ. I do a lot of kind of branding and web work now, and that's not mine, but I kind of wish it was. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Some nice sticks. What I was actually going to talk about was there was a second slide of that development, and I can't really talk about that. Oh, there we go. No, those are actually the final assets for French Chris. So you kind of saw the development before and then afterwards. And I managed to, it was just before this that I managed to get a portfolio review with Mason Wells at Bibliotech, who kind of changed everything for me and really tightened up my kind of approach to design. And these are a couple of posters I did off the back of that, and it's kind of the essence of the brief. The colours and the shapes was kind of an abstract look at music being mixed, and a vibrancy was about French Chris. He was quite a character. During my kind of education, you constantly get asked to kind of brand yourself, and it's a horrible job to do, kind of look at yourself and think how I'd appear on a piece of paper. So I kind of opted out for kind of a non-identity. So I think I kind of cheated that, but I kind of use this stationery now, so I think it's all right. That shouldn't have been in there either. I think this might be old slides. But I did. I've since leaving education, I've worked at a number of different studios, and this is kind of me working for a company called Brand X, which is great because it kind of taught me to kind of speed up my process and kind of refine how I work. I'm kind of worried about what else is coming up. This is some recent branding work that I've done and web work, and this was great because I got to kind of art director a brilliant photographer, Joe Millington. It's a furniture company, upcycling furniture company. And this is some more branding and web work I've done for St Andrews Financial Services. And the solution for this for me was kind of them equaling a plus, equaling a positive. Whether that was for, your bank balance, they could save you money, or just peace of mind with kind of life insurance. You really can't see that, but it's brilliant. That's all I can say about that. It's actually an identity and branding work for a psychotherapy practice in London. And what I really wanted to do with this was get away from the kind of cliched photography of kind of, sunflowers and hands pointing up to the sun and such like. It's great when people ask you to do them favours. These are a couple of invites I've done because it's kind of an excuse to do whatever you want to do. And although my daughter, the P is for a party invite for her, she's 5. She didn't really ask me, I just kind of did it. But it kind of works. This is some Christmas stuff that I've done for Christmas just gone. And at the top, I got commissioned by a studio in London called Typematic. And the brief was a non-Christmas Christmas card. So that's actually a close-up of a snowflake. And there's kind of 41 different types of snowflakes. So I'm hoping I've got kind of work there for another 40 years. The one on the right is I'm doing a series of posters, and it's a shame because there was another slide supposed to be in here and to do with that, and it's all about Breton stripes, which I love, and it's about kind of classic design that kind of isn't really recognised. And this is some really recent work that I've done. This is very early stages. It's about typography in football. And I'm treating the numbers in kind of giving them different treatments, but it's really early. And on the left, it's the 2010 Dutch runners-up, and on the right, it's the 1986 Argentinian team formation. And that's it. Yeah, I think the twigs give a style.